So yesterday didn't go as good as we had hoped because the Pittsburgh Steelers, they won their game against the Indianapolis Colts. Daniel Jones decided to revert back to Daniel Jones at the worst possible time for us as Ravens fans. But it was not all bad because the Cincinnati Bengals, in dramatic fashion, hey, shout out to Joe Flacco for making it fun. But the Bengals, after coming back, they end up losing at the very end to Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears. So it was nice to see them lose. But not only did they lose, but it helped push the Ravens up a spot higher because now, what's crazy, we were 1-2, we were 1-3, 1-4, 1-5. We moved to 2-5, then 3-5 now. But the Baltimore Ravens, after the Bengals lost yesterday to the Chicago Bears, we are now in second place. That's crazy to think. We in second place. Just, I think, 2 weeks ago, we were in last place. But we are now in second place in the AFC North. Who would have thought something like that would happen? Well, some of us did because we still got hope for this season. Now, with that hope that we have for this football season, we know we lost Nnamdi Madubuike for the year. We know the Baltimore Ravens traded Odafe away, and he's been over there balling with the Chargers. So we've been wondering, all right, what are the Baltimore Ravens going to do? How are they going to counter those moves? Because now, hey, we got the trade deadline. That's literally tomorrow at 4 p.m. The Baltimore Ravens, they have 11, 12 picks now. Some of those are comp picks, so I don't believe they can trade those away yet. But they still do have a lot of picks to work with as usual. So we're like, all right, Ravens, what y'all gonna do with those picks? Because y'all got some cap space too. The Jair Alexander trade, which was shocking, but not shocking all at the same time because he wasn't playing anyway. Ravens were like, all right, let's just move him. And then it came out that the Eagles, they had been trying to get Jair Alexander for a couple of weeks, but the Baltimore Ravens was like, no, y'all ain't getting him. And then finally the Ravens was like, you know what? Go ahead, Eagles. Y'all always making moves. Go ahead, take Jair Alexander off our hands. We'll take the pick from you. And then the Eagles, like we talked about in that video, they never stop. They're always still going. They always still making moves. They always trying to build super teams, always trying to make their team the best that they possibly can. Today, maybe an hour ago, they traded for pass rusher Jalen Phillips. They got him. I said, okay. All right, Philly, that's a nice little move right there. They got him for a third-round pick. So that's led a lot of Ravens fans to be like, all right, hey, so we're not getting Jalen Phillips because that was somebody on a lot of people's wish list. But what are we going to do? What move could the Baltimore Ravens possibly make? And I think it's very, very important that the Ravens, they can't settle. You cannot go for a move where it's like, all right, we did something. No, you saw how this team was the other day in that win against the Miami Dolphins. And you've been seeing how this defense has been coming together. Now, it has been against Tua Tagovailoa and the Dolphins offense, and it's been against Caleb Williams. I mean, you saw Caleb Williams in that Bears offense. You know what they can do. So that wasn't a bad win at all. But he's not a bad quarterback. They're not a bad team. But you also saw what they did against Matt Stafford, and you see what Matt Stafford be doing. Even without Puka Nacua, Matt Stafford is one of them guys. So it's like I can get why people are hesitant to be like, oh yeah, this Ravens defense is back. I ain't saying that, but they have been improving. We cannot take that away from them. But we still got to get better at pressure. We do. I think Mike Green did get a sack the other day, or Ben Urban also got a sack. And also Tua, with the Hail Mary right before halftime, he pretty much gave that up. That was like a little bit, hey, all right, Ravens, here y'all go good. I ain't about to throw no Hail Mary. But anyway, our pass rush has to be better. Our run defense has to be better. The way that this defensive line penetrates the offensive line and disrupts the offensive line, it has to be better. So what I'm saying is the Baltimore Ravens, they can't just go with a whatever move. No. In my opinion, you have to go big. You have to. You got the ammunition. I think it's been said that the Baltimore Ravens have about 16 mil in cap space. So you got some bread because of the Odafe away trade that opened up some money, and then the Jair Alexander that opened up 2 mil more in cap space. So you can do this. You can make something significant happen. Now, it will still be a dream. Oh my goodness, I will flip out. if the Baltimore Ravens got somebody like Max Crosby. But again, I know that's not going to happen. Quinnen Williams, I think, would be an excellent option. I think that Dexter Lawrence, that's another one, that would be an excellent option. Just somebody who can immediate impact guys, immediate impact. Guys that are clear upgrades over the people that you have. And that's no offense to them at all. So don't take it as that. But guys that can clearly make this defense that much better. I would say offense, but I just don't see it. Baltimore Ravens, they're a team that a lot of times us as fans, and this is sad to say, it's sad to say, a lot of time, not in every case, but a lot of times they can catch on to things a bit too late. And it'll be things that us as fans have been talking about for the longest, like, hey, why don't they do this? Why don't they do that? And then after a while, then they'll be like, oh, you know what? We should do that. And then they do it and it works. And it's like, we've been saying that for the longest. For example, this offseason, a lot of people, we were talking about, hey, what's the biggest concern for this team going into this year? After they had built this amazing roster, they added all these people. It's like, oh my goodness, we're looking good. But a lot of people, hey, what's the biggest concern? A lot of people said the guards, specifically the right and left guard. Those are our biggest concerns right now because they saw how Daniel Falele was last year. It wasn't all bad, but it was rough. And then with Andrew Voorhees, like it's a lot of unknown with Andrew Voorhees, and he lost his spot due to injury last year, but he got healthy, and they never gave it back to him. They never did. So it was like, oh, okay. And the guard play has not been the best this year. Really the whole offensive line, but the guard play specifically, it has not been the best this year. So then there's that. And the Baltimore Ravens, it doesn't seem like they're going to make a move there. That's why I say that. But anyway, Ravens fans were right about that. Another thing Ravens fans were right about, hey, why is Keaton Mitchell not playing? Why is he over there on the sideline? Why is he inactive? What's going on with that? So we waited, and nothing happened. Then finally, they started playing Keaton Mitchell. And guess who looked amazing when he played? That was Keaton Mitchell. Ravens fans have been calling for that since the beginning of this year. From that very first game. It's like, what's going on with Keaton? And then there's that. In this, there's been other things too. But those are two of the ones that stick out to me. Another one. Tyler Huntley. A lot of Ravens fans, not myself, because I wasn't saying that, and I was completely wrong. But a lot of Ravens fans, hey, Tyler Huntley should be starting over Cooper Rush. He should be the number 2 quarterback. He should be the backup quarterback, not Cooper Rush. Tyler Huntley fits this offense more. He needs to be out. And Ravens said, no. It's going to be Cooper Rush. And it was Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush didn't look good. And it was Cooper Rush again. Cooper Rush didn't look good. And they started Tyler Huntley, and they won. Offense looked a lot better. The team looked a lot better. Ravens fans have been calling from jump. Like even from when the Ravens even signed Cooper Rush. That's another thing. A lot of Ravens fans said it was not a good signing. I was not one of them. I thought it was a good signing. I was completely wrong. A lot of Ravens fans said it's not a good signing to sign Cooper Rush. They said it from jump. This wasn't a hindsight, it's 2020 thing. They said that from the very beginning. They were right. Ravens fans were right. So it's just one of those things with the Baltimore Ravens. A lot of times, these fans, people will say this and that about a fan. Oh, you never played the game before. You've never been in there before. You're an armchair GM. You don't know what you're talking about. Fans be knowing, man. Especially Ravens fans. We may be crazy. We got a lot of crazy to us, but we be on to some stuff. Another thing that I have been seeing, and I noticed this myself, and I've seen some fans talking about it as well. What's up with Tez Walker? A lot of Ravens ain't been playing Tez Walker. Like, Tez Walker, a deep threat. He's somebody with good height, good speed, good hands. But they ain't been playing him. And that has been a whole nother weird thing. But anyway, Ravens need some difference makers on this defense. And again, while the defense has improved, they could still use even more improvement. But I think the only thing that the Baltimore Ravens will focus on via trade will be defense. I've seen a lot of Ravens fans after the Jalen Phillips trade to the Eagles. They're like, oh, EDC, what are you doing? Are you doing anything? Oh, EDC probably ain't going to do nothing. I got no doubt in my mind that EDC will definitely make a move or two. I think it should be 2. a defensive tackle and an edge rusher. Because our pass rush still needs a lot of help. It still needs a lot of work. We still have a lot of trouble getting to the quarterback, in my opinion. So an interior defensive lineman can make a huge difference. And I feel like I would obviously love for the Baltimore Ravens to go big or go. No, I don't want them to go home. But I would love them to go big at both spots. I know that's probably not going to happen. Them to like get somebody like that at interior and edge. Oh, interior D-line and edge rusher. That'd be great, but I can't realistically expect them to do that. Like, oh yeah, if they got like a Quinnen Williams and Max Crosby or something like that, boy, that would go crazy, boy. It really would. But that's not a realistic expectation. But I will say they have to. You gotta go big at one of those spots. You have to. You really really do. You gotta get a difference maker at least one of those spots, because the trajectory of the defense has already changed, but you add a difference maker at edge or D-line, and the trajectory that it's going in right now, it'll go even further higher than it's already at. So we'll see what Eric DeCosta and our Baltimore Ravens end up doing. And hey, like we said, EDC, go big or stay home. And EDC, I know you ain't about to stay at the crib.